They were everywhere, and we were completely surrounded. It seemed that all hope was lost. But then I remembered the phrase that my grandma had taught me so many years ago. I said it, and then my powers kicked in. Yes, I know what you're thinking. An MSA fantasy story. This is the best day of my life. But before you get to witness me kicking bad guys' butts with my super cool powers, you have to know the full story. So, once upon a time, in a not-so-magical place...
She has trust issues.
Trust issues? How can I trust someone who forgets my birthday and uses my toothbrush for fixing his eyebrows? He even tricked me into marrying him. I was so naive back then.
Yeah, naive. I've seen that. Remember the vending machine incident? You knocked it over because your coin got stuck and then blamed me. And what about when you babysat our neighbor's kid? You gave him cough syrup to make him sleep. And don't even get me started on the time you decided to wash the vacuum motor in the sink.
Okay, maybe I wasn't thinking clearly with the vending machine. And the kid needed to nap, right? As for the vacuum, it did say washable filter. How was I supposed to know the motor wasn't part of that? I'm just thorough. Okay, time out. Let's take a deep breath and think of 5 reasons why you chose each other in the first place.
We didn't.
Why don't we start from the beginning? Kiara, you go first. Okay. Hi, my name is Kiara, and I'm from...
We already know that.
Let her talk. Before I tell you my story, please like and subscribe.
Like what? Subscribe where? What are you talking about?
Stop interrupting me! Nicholas?
Okay, my bad. Please keep going, honey.
I had a happy life and grew up in a ginormous family in the countryside of Macedonia. Our house was tiny and packed. Living under one roof were Mom, Dad, my uncle, his wife, their 3 kids, my mom's sister, Dad's stepsister, my sister, and Grandma. Oh, right, and our dog Bruno, 3 cats, 2 iguanas, and even a dragon. My bad. That was just my nephew Marcos. You try having some privacy living with all these people. We were still happy. Okay, chaotic, but happy. We were so poor that everybody had to chip in. While my parents and uncles worked, I joined my grandmother at the town fair. She ran a healing stall, selling herbs and homemade remedies. A dash of this, and your headache will take a head hike. Since I was a kid, I loved learning from my gran. She was so wise, and doing potions with her was so fun. I felt like a real wizard. Still, at first, I was pretty bad at it. It was like watching a monkey or a millionaire trying to make an omelet. Only 2 drops of Butolaki's essence. This is impossible. Be patient. Whenever you feel that there is no hope, just remember these words. Well, to be honest, guys, I don't remember the exact words. My grandmother was always teaching me different words and phrases in her old language, even though I had no clue what those meant. Angelo plenus mea cusavetrilo? What is it, some kind of mantra or prayer? No, just the new Wi-Fi password. She used to tell me that she learned everything from her great-grandmother, who was the best healer in the region. You are just like me and her. You too have the gift. When I was 12 and going through aggressive puberty, some kid told me that I stank after gym class. I'll show you who stinks. So I created my first potion, which made sweat smell like a bouquet of jasmine. This is the Jasmine Potion. Because who needs deodorant when you can have a magical garden in your armpits? Side effects may include dizziness, depression, hair loss, body fatigue, extreme hair growth, temporary blindness, and bad odor. Okay, it wasn't perfect, but don't be so harsh. It was my first potion, and my Grammy was really proud of me. That same night, she gave me something really special, her necklace. This family heirloom has been in our family for generations. Now, it's your turn to carry it. Put it on. Do you like it? Not really. It's like ancient and old and too ugly for me. Definitely not my style. Oh, what's wrong with you? Well, that's a big question. I don't know why I blurted it out. It seemed like I didn't care about the impact of my words, but I really did. I still love it, Grandma. More coming from you. I love you. Over the years, I didn't get any better at holding my truth vomit. It was like I was a professional snitch. Whenever I saw any wrongdoing, I would report it. Like the time Marcos tried to hide the couch by turning the cushion over. What's that smell? Marcos peed on the couch. Oops. You see, I can't help it. That day, my sister had her first date. Mom covered the smell with talcum powder, but he sat right there.
Is your sister ready? It's kinda damp here.
Oh, just water. No, that's actually Marcus's pee, and she is almost ready. She's just finishing stuffing her bra. Kiara! I'm gonna kill you! My life was just that of a regular teenage alchemist, you know? But then, when I turned 16, it took a wild turn. A royal envoy visited my village, and my school organized a talent fair in their honor. I know, what an honor to watch a bunch of clumsy teens trying to perform. I'm not talking about him. That was awesome. He's my favorite so far. While most of the girls sang or danced, I did a potion show. I was like a true wizard, creating something absolutely revolutionary. This potion can transform anybody into an amazing dancer. I need a volunteer, one that's a really horrible dancer. Come on, Principal Pandev, drink the potion and feel the music. He drank my potion and then started dancing like he was in a K-pop group. After such a display of magic, I obviously won the contest. However, the prize was more than I had asked for. Turns out, the royal envoys were not just there to admire our talents.
On behalf of the royal court, we would like to ask you for your hand in marriage. For the Count. It is tradition that the Count marries the most talented girl in all the land.
Wait, what? Did I just win a marriage proposal? And if you think this is very Cinderella or another Disney princess, it's because I'm like a Disney princess. Don't you dare say another word. Like I was saying, I was just like a Disney princess. I didn't want to marry some count I didn't even know. What is this, the 10th century? I was more than ready to say no, but we had been poor for so long. My father had been fired recently, and my uncle had an accident. Don't worry, he's fine. He just fell from his hammock when he was sleeping and snoring, and he broke like 4 ribs. My grandmother's stand wasn't doing so well either. Apparently, modern people prefer conventional medicine. I'll give it a B for boring, and boo! I knew that marrying a count would be a game changer for us, like going from, so I did it for my family, under the condition that we wouldn't get married until I was 18. Still, I had to go to the count's castle, known as the Dracon Castle. Well, the place was absolutely huge, like a super mansion. It had rooms on rooms on rooms on rooms, but almost all of them were completely empty. Then I met my mother-in-law. If this were a Disney movie, she would be the wicked stepmother. Let's just say we didn't start with the right foot. I must say, you have a massive place. Imagine losing your remote control here. You would have to call a rescue team to find it. Or you'd need a GPS. By the way, I have a potion for removing wrinkles. I can see that you really need it. Stop talking, Kiara, I beg you. We'll have the engagement party tonight. Get ready. Tonight? But my family isn't here. That's a shame, but this isn't the kind of party for people like your family anyway. I wanted to punch her, but before I knew it, I had already been captured by the maids who did my hair, makeup, and dressed me. The final result was horrible! I look so horrible! My hair looks like Marie Antoinette's, and this dress is the ugliest one I've ever seen! That's the dress I and my mother and my grandmother got engaged in. Well, I guess not everybody has the class to pull it off. The class? You mean the big hips, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. I meant, I'm just more of a pants girl. Yes, I can tell that. The night came, and it was a giant masquerade ball. Everybody was so uptight that if they were noodles, they'd be straight up spaghetti sticks. I felt so out of place that I took the first opportunity to sneak out of there. While I was trying to get back to my room, I got lost and ended up in their greenhouse. The place was full of weird and exotic herbs and plants. Bingo! I started taking various plants and putting them inside my dress when someone caught me red-handed. Or should I say dirt-handed.
Are you stealing plants?
Even with the mask on, you could tell the guy was ridiculously good-looking. He also had a really cool dragon tattoo on his neck and chest. I'm not stealing them, I'm just borrowing them. I'll return them later.
Right. What are you gonna do with those anyway? Sell them on eBay?
No, for your information, I'm a healer, an alchemist.
Is that so? Then show me.
I was about to tell him that I wasn't some circus monkey ready to perform tricks on command, but he seemed genuinely interested, and again, he was ridiculously good-looking. Hey, don't judge me, guys. Okay, just a small potion. We sneaked into the kitchen, and I started mixing some ingredients, and soon, bubbles of all colors started pouring out and dancing in the air.
Wow, that's really impressive.
I turned around, and he was right behind me. We stood facing each other, just inches apart. Okay, now you can judge me. It's my engagement party, and I'm about to kiss a random guy. We came back to the ballroom, and right then, cue the creepy thunder, my soon-to-be mother-in-law entered. When she saw us, she smiled. Ah, so you two have officially met. Wait, what? You're Nicholas? My future husband? Nicholas smiled, but he didn't look as surprised as me. I was expecting my future husband to be a nasty old man, but Nicholas was so dreamy. Maybe this arranged marriage isn't such a bad idea. Over the next few years, we spent all our time together. He taught me how to behave like royalty, while I showed him how to do some simple potions. Or at least how to try to do simple potions. In no time, we two fell completely in love. Once, he returned from horseback riding with a small cut near his neck from a branch. While I was applying the potion to his neck, what's the thing with the dragon tattoo? Aren't you too young to have a tattoo?
A long time ago, our region was separated between 3 houses. So I got it from my father's house, the House of Draco, also known as the House of Warriors.
And why does your mother have a tattoo of a crow?
That's the House of Valthor, the most traditional and ambitious people. Royalty of the royalty.
Right. And what about the third house? Who belongs there?
Nobody. That's the House of Zoria. That was the house for people of the darkness. That's why it was portrayed with an owl. But that one disappeared centuries ago. Nobody belongs to the House of Zoria anymore.
I didn't say anything back then, but it was clear why his mother's house was represented with a crow, because she was as creepy and mean as one. Really, she was so controlling and overbearing. She separated me from my family after sending them a TV and some monthly tributes. It was like they had bought me. Not only could I not visit them, but I couldn't even speak to them. They favored letters. You know, the traditional way. I just want to tell her that Master Chef is on right now. This will take weeks to reach her. My house, my rules. Your rules make as much sense as your interior decor style. 0. A big fat flashy 0 with a capital Z.
Babe, I know she can be difficult sometimes, but she wasn't always like this. After we lost my dad, she became scared of losing those she loves. That's why she's so controlling. Back then, we only had each other. Now, we have you too. So I really hope our love can endure this. What do you say?
How can I say no to that? Of course, babe. What can I say? Love is my only weakness. Oh, and doing potions. Oh, and the truth. Oh, and those videos of dads giving their kids new puppies. Those are so emotional. Soon, I turned 18, and we had the biggest wedding of the century. I had never felt happier. But after that, things really went downhill. My mother-in-law got worse. She had servants follow me around, even when I went to the garden. Well, granted, the garden is about 1,000 acres. More than once, I tried to lose them, but there always seemed to be a pair of extra eyes on me. It was as if she was afraid that I would run away. But run away from what? From my handsome husband or from my new castle? Something is off here. The next night, I sneaked into the reading room while they did their Shakespeare reading hour. I settled under a desk. For the first 45 minutes, they just read, but I remained fully focused on my mission. Finally, they started talking. The time to do the ritual is here. Ritual?
Mother, how come you are so sure that the witch is Kiara's great-great-great-grandmother?
Witch? She has the necklace. My necklace? That moronic little girl is the key to lifting our curse. Moronic? I mean, curse? My head was spinning. Oh my god, these people are completely insane. I couldn't believe that Nicholas had used me like that and was planning to betray me. I felt devastated. I need to escape right away. Before I left, just to show Nicholas how angry I was, I snuck into his room, transformed his underpants into origami, and spread red chili on all of his wardrobes. Then, I jumped out of my window and tried to sneak through the garden, but one guard spotted me. Soon, I was surrounded by guards. However, I had an ace up my sleeve, my explosive powder. I just grabbed some and boom! I started running, but the guards soon caught up with me. This time, led by her. Leave me alone, you monster-in-law! At that moment, Nicholas, driving a sports car, came to my rescue.
Come with me!
I got in the car and we drove away, but as soon as the castle disappeared from sight, I reached into my bag to grab something to get him talking, but all I got was mint leaves. These aren't just any herbs. I just have to rub it on your head and poof! You'll go bald forever. Now start talking, you liar, coward, deceitful snake!
Okay, please calm down.
It turned out Nicholas believed I descended from an ancient witch who had cursed his great-great-great-grandfather after he stole her magic necklace. This one?
Yes. It was supposed to make him a fair and just ruler, but he took it by force, and that unleashed a curse on my family. He tried to return it, and when that didn't work, he spread the word that your great-great-great-grandmother and her families were witches to exile them.
His great-great-great-grandfather doesn't sound so great.
Still, the curse stood. From then on, all the males in my family died prematurely, like my dad. So my mom groomed me all my life to marry the witch's descendant, the new necklace's owner, to break the curse. That was my whole purpose in life. But then I met you, and I completely fell in love.
Everything sounded completely mental, but somehow I knew he wasn't lying.
After watching how stubborn you are, my mom realized you would never give us the necklace voluntarily and planned a horrific ritual to force you to do so. I just couldn't let that happen. I'd rather have a short life with you by my side than a long one without you.
Aw, trust me, these are all tales and you're not cursed. I feel it. That is an ending worthy of a romantic fantasy, right? Unfortunately, things in real life are not that simple. After escaping from there, Nicholas and I lay low for months, traveling non-stop to escape his mother. Eventually, we settled in a big city to go unnoticed and start a new life. I tried to leave the past behind, but I just couldn't. I felt Nicholas wasn't trustworthy. And when I hit a vending machine, the police got involved, and seeing our fight there, they advised us to see a therapist.
So that's why we're here. No matter how much I do to show her that I really love her.
Nicholas, I want to believe you, I really do. But how can I trust someone who lied for years and was about to sacrifice me as a pawn? If you want my professional opinion, Nicholas is absolutely right. I don't think you're supposed to take sides. Kiara, you need to let go of the past and trust people. And how can I do that? Let's start with something simple. Give me the necklace. What? Just for a moment, show us that you can trust. No, I'm not giving you my necklace. Okay, so we are gonna have to do things the hard way.
Mom? What the?
That's right, don't try anything. You're surrounded. Guards came out from everywhere and captured us. Soon, they dragged us to an abandoned factory.
Mom, stop! Let her go!
Shut up! Bring my son to me. The guards grabbed Nicholas. I know you'll never give me that necklace. So let's try something different. If you don't give it to me this instant, Nicholas will be the one paying for it.
Mom!
Shut up, you traitor. I'm gonna count to 3. 1,
Don't do it, Kiara!
2. Okay, you win. Just have it, but don't hurt him. After so much time, finally, I have the necklace and his power.
How could you use me like that? Would you have done it?
I would do anything for supreme power. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to say. What just happened?
So there wasn't a curse to begin with? Is Kiara's ancestor a real witch?
Of course not. I made that up just to control you because I couldn't take the necklace by force alone. There was no curse, and Kiara's family were not witches, but healers. Our ancestors said that to make people exile them and steal their castles and wealth. So their castle belongs to my family? And all this time we've been living in a mouse house? Why do I keep telling the truth? And that's when it hit me. The necklace has real powers, but it isn't blowing people up or firing laser beams. Oh my gosh, that is the real power of the necklace. To be a true, fair ruler, the wearer can never tell a lie. No wonder I couldn't stop telling the truth and snitching on people when I got the necklace. I'm gonna end you too, right now. She raised her arms and began to gather strength. The earth seemed to move, and lightning began to fall from the sky. However, when she tried to use her powers, nothing happened. What's wrong? The legend says this should give real power to its owner. You're not the real owner of the necklace. You're right, I'm not. Not as long as you are still alive. Guards, do it yourself. So this is where we were in the beginning. The guards were everywhere, and we were completely surrounded. It seemed that all hope was lost. Then I remembered my grandma's words.
Whenever you feel that there is no hope, just remember these words.
Still, I couldn't remember the words. What the hell was it? I just started shouting everything that came to my mind. Carpe diem, Avada Kedavra, Hakuna Matata, say hello to my little friend. Nothing worked, and the guards were almost on us. Nicholas put himself in front of me to protect me. The thought of losing him opened something inside me, and as if I was possessed, I screamed, Agape Basilive! After that, everything went haywire. The necklace flew off my mother-in-law's neck into mine. When I had it with me again, I felt a violent current of energy run through my body. It's hard to explain, but it was as if I was part of the earth, part of the air, and I could control it. As the guards lunged at us, a mere flick of my wrists sent them hurling through the air. Soon, I found myself suspended in midair, while lightning bolts crackled around me. Nicholas grabbed a sword and helped me defeat them. Not that I needed much help, honestly. When all the guards were either defeated or had escaped, I went back to normal. Nicholas ran to me and hugged me with a smile.
Remind me to never make you mad.
My mother-in-law was crawling to get away, but we caught her before she did. Disagreements are normal in any family, right? Yeah, right. We put her in prison so that she would never hurt anyone again. And then we moved to our castle. Of course, my family came along. There were so many of us that even there we were cramped. But we didn't care. You know what they say. True happiness is about being close to the people you love.